Today is Michael Jackson's day.
Enlightened TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Enlightened TV Radio, we dare to lead. Enlightened TV Radio, redefining broadcasting.
Yes, sir. Let's serve it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegante TV Radio. We're not really starting behind schedule because I've been here since, but it's Michael Jackson's birthday. You know me, if you know me very well, you know that like 3 years of my school life, my name was Michael Jackson. That's how much I love the brother and Aaron Kelly as well. Yeah. He's Odumititi, as my brother would call him, but yeah. That's his personal life. I love his music. Even Michael Jackson is caught in the web of the Odumititis. That's your business. Okay, yeah. Why do I always love Odumititis? I don't know. I love that music. They were people who defined a generation and, crossover. They defined the music industry. Kelly defined R&B, Michael Jackson defined pop, and they're both black people. You know how sentimental I am about black people. So if you know me very well, I'm Pan-Africanist, I'm pro-black every day, every time, and a million times on the weekend. So I was a weekend guy. So I was everything with you, your club, your pursuit, your dream, your ambition, your time to rest, and everything. My intern student came in late today. I'm wondering the audacity to come late, like in media. That's the biggest sin. And they give me an excuse like, I want my days working umbrella. Like 5 days pay cut is gone first. Oh, this generation. I love you guys anyway. You guys have all the freedom that you have. But let's hit the ground running. Let's start the show. Yes, there's a little bit of adjustment to the way the show is run now. So give you news stories first. So if you got anything to say on Instagram and YouTube, please be writing it there. I'm coming. Okay? And on WhatsApp, the number is 07025000069. And it was the Lagos State FA Cup finals yesterday. It was beautiful. I've not seen such beautiful artistry of football, tactical display of football, such awareness. The two teams played the way I would love my team to play. And, while Otasolo FC was doing the playing in terms of ball possession, distribution, transition, what's it called now? Danas FC was doing the scoring. And they picked their moment, okay? Every time they score was always the moment where Otasolo was trying to up the ante, trying to get something out of the game, and then they just score, and it's like they pour water on the fire. And then just again, when the Otasolo fire is about to go up again, catch up in flame, they score another goal and put them down. And then in the second half, and again, they were trying to get it up again in their rhythm and find their harmony and flow and, all those things. They scored another goal again. And just by the time Otasolo scored their consolatory goal, it was just too late. And the way Danas FC kept their shape, put everything together, you're like, whoa! You still have football club that play this good at amateur level? I don't think that I've seen any club in the NPFA play that well, put the ball on the ground, distribute the ball left, right, from, know when to make the right decision, split passes, and all that. It was good. But let's face the news that we have. Right? Last week, everybody was asking me, what do I think about Nigeria playing against Ghana in the CHAN qualification? Blah 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 blah. I told you I'm not confident that Nigeria was going to beat Ghana. I was never confident, and I wasn't disappointed. I've seen a lot of people complaining on social media, shouting and making noise, but shut up. You guys don't know anything about football. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay, so let's go with the stories. First of the headline, Chan Eagles suffer loss to Black Galaxies of Ghana in Cape Coast. Ex-Eagles skipper joins Serie A side in Italy. The Tigers' hope of World Cup qualification suffers death after loss to Angola. Every time you remember Angola 2006 comes to mind. Osimhen, Luciano Spalletti doesn't rule out Osimhen moving to Man United in a €100 million if a €100 million offer comes in. And Antony's move to Man United imminent as Man United agree £85 million deal for Ajax winger. 1 minute they say they're out of the deal, another minute they don't have any option. Osimhen also says that his sister is a wonderful actress. She and her husband, right, on the 217 million naira claim that they have against him. Formula One, Max Verstappen wins Belgian Grand Prix to take his season's win tally to 9. Yeah, those are the headlines today. And I'm going to give you some amazing football facts on the show today, later on the show today. And I'm also going to give you all the football rumors and gist and everything. Thanks to Timothy Deimbo, my wingman, for putting these stories together. But then we're going to go to the main stories itself and tell you what is in the juice of all these headlines that I've just given to you. Let's start with the China Eagles, who suffered a loss to the Black Stars. The Super Eagles B team of Nigeria, otherwise known as the China Eagles, led by Salisu Yusuf, aka Bribe Collector, on Sunday evening in Cape Coast, lost 2-0 to the Black Galaxies of Ghana in the first leg of the 2023 CHAN qualifiers. They need to win 3 straight to qualify. It is a possibility. There's nothing impossible, especially in a country where we have every morning we see SMSs, messages going into our phones and our WhatsApp group. What God cannot do does not exist. God will come. I think number 10 jersey should be given to God, should be reserved for God in this one, because, or the number 9 jersey, because we need God right now to make it happen. The Super Eagles team had nothing off the game as Afre Bamia's 49th-minute penalty kick and Saidu Suraj's 86th-minute goal were enough to put the Ghanaians in a convenient position going into the second leg. The second leg tie is slated for the 3rd of September at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, as the Super Eagles team would seek to bounce back and hope they can qualify ahead of the Ghana side. For the Super Eagles, they have a laborious task, okay, when they play in Abuja on Saturday, as they would have to score 3 unreplied goals to seal qualification. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, but it just got hard. Hard just got harder. Tough just got tougher. So that's how I see it. Okay, ex-Eagles keeper joins Serie D side in Italy. Ex-White Super Eagles of Nigeria captain Eddie Ogayonazi, my man, fantastic guy, has joined Serie D side in Italy, Casatena FC. I think this is just for him to keep training, just to keep himself fit, nothing much. That's how I see it anyway. It might be something different. Okay, Onazi, who had once played his trade in Italy with Lazio, winning the Coppa Italia over AS Roma between 2011 and 2016, returned as he ends his stay with his search for a club for a while. Onazi had briefly been off the club duties and recently trained with the China Eagles team, hoping to qualify for the 2023 CHAN. Wow. In a club statement released on Casatena FC's website, casatanafc.it, on Sunday evening, it was announced that Onazi would join the club, and it was also stated that the Nigerian midfielder would be presented to the press and fans today, which is Monday the 29th by 6 p.m. So watch out for pictures and every overflow that comes with that. But Serie D team, doing things properly. But MPFL clubs don't even make this type of announcement in the first place. So you know the difference. Serie A, Serie B, Serie C, Serie D. That's like a state league. That's like an NLO, or that's like a state league team in Nigeria. Doing all of these headlines, but you have MPFL teams playing in the Valley Jet League football. We know we're not making progress. We know where the money is, but we're not activated. So it will be done at the Mario Anota press room of the Pint Stadium later today. The Tigers' hope of the World Cup qualification suffered a very, very big blow. Nigeria's basketball team, the Tigers, now have their chances of qualifying for the next FIBA World Cup on a knife edge, having lost to Angola on Sunday afternoon. The Tigers lost 67-70. 3 points in basketball is something very big to Angola, remaining in 4th position, tied on points with 3rd place team Cape Verde. Okay, so let's see what comes out of this at the end of the day. Having started the qualifying round slowly, they picked up their 3rd win of the qualification series against Guinea, winning 89-70 on Friday. But yesterday's loss to Angola put the Tigers in a constricted position in the quest for the qualification. Ivory Coast currently lead Group E with 12 points, same points with Angola, 12 points. Cape Verde occupies 3rd place, and I don't have time to think about these things. We have a game every few days. Is the club thinking about it? The club thinks of situation that is of interest to our players. I say that if a club offers, okay, this is the Osimhen story anyway. Sorry, I'm messing it up now. Osimhen, Luciano's the coach of Osimhen at Napoli, Luciano Spalletti, says that he really doesn't have time to think about all these talk that people are having. Oh, yeah, your player is going to move. Will he move? Will he stay? It doesn't really add up to him. Okay, he said in recent talks of Napoli striker Victor Osimhen probably joining Manchester United hasn't been ruled out, sorry, by the Napoli manager Luciano Spalletti. Spalletti speaking after yesterday's goalless draw with Fiorentina. Let's add ticket busting goalless draw with Fiorentina. After starting the season very well, everybody expected them to do something at least, but nothing happened. Quoting from footballitalia.net, he said, I don't have time to think about these things. We have a game every few days. It's the club thinking about it. The club thinks of any situation that is of interest to our players. I say that if a club offers you 100 million euro, damn, that's big money. 100 million euro, it is not easy to say no. Since I arrived here, all the players have been on the market for the right price. So, Osimhen is not an exception to the rule. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Talking about transfer and players moving, Manchester United chase for Ajax winger Antony Matthias have moved to a positive lane in the last 24 hours, having agreed an £85 million deal with Ajax. So if this deal goes through, this is going to be Ajax's biggest sale ever. It's also going to be the fourth Ajax transfer by a Brazilian player. It's also going to be one of the biggest transfer from the Dutch Eredivisie and a whole lot. So this is big money. It's going to be like the second highest transfer fee paid out by Manchester United for a player after Pogba's 89. So this is also a very, very massive one. United will pay a guaranteed 80.75 million and another 4.25 in add-ons for the 22-year-old who is expected in Manchester in the next 48 hours to have a medical. According to Fabrizio Romano, the deal would be the Dutch Eredivisie historical record fee, and the contract would be signed on Monday, which is today, right? Let's move out of football now and go into Formula One conversation. There is a whole lot going on there, but it seems like it's a one-horse race this season. Last season was very good. It was very close, and it ended in all the controversies that bedeviled the race, and somebody got fired and all that. But Max Verstappen have stepped up his own and said, look, I don't care what's happening with Lewis Hamilton and every other person, but I'm going to run my race, because right now, so Lewis Hamilton is in another vehicle, and he's shouting, help me. I don't know where they carry me to go, but Max Verstappen is saying, make it, they carry you to go, they go where your dream day, right? So in Formula One, Max Verstappen won the 2022 Belgian Grand Prix in resounding fashion ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez, as Red Bull had maximum points on Sunday's race in Belgium. Verstappen's win on Sunday was his 9th win in the season, as he opened up a 93-point lead on the drivers, standing ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez, who's at the second place on the standing. Man, this is a new lane for Red Bull, being in number 1 and number 2, and it's a good one. That it's called a comfort zone, because you're challenging against your own team. You're not challenging against an outside team. On the team standing, Red Bull lead Ferrari with a whopping 118 points, as they currently have 475 points, and would seek to widen the gap in Zandvoort, Netherlands this weekend in the 15th round of the 2022 Formula One season. Don't forget that the Netherlands is the home country of Max Verstappen. So we are in for a season. It's not like last season anyway, but Mike, who cares if you're Max Verstappen right now? You don't care what favors or what doesn't favor any other person. Yeah, that's the news segment of the show this morning. I hope it makes you happy. And I'm coming back to you guys now. I'm coming back to Cali. So I'm coming back to you guys now, and I'm going to see all of the things that you guys have said about your weekend. How did your weekend go? What's the biggest story from the weekend of sporting activities that you want us to sink our teeth on to talk about? What's the headline that we missed that you want us to look into? Don't forget that I have with me about 25 amazing sporting facts that I'll share with you if time permits me. If time doesn't permit me, I'll give you as many that the time would allow me to do. But having said that, I need to go to Instagram first. I'm coming to you guys on YouTube. I'm coming to you guys on WhatsApp. But let me start with Instagram and see how you guys are doing. Can we skip all the greetings and just go to just do the greetings and then add up the story instead of greeting and then you make another post and make another post and make another post and just keep people just good morning and then put your comment and all that. I know that sometimes it's hard to type long, but let's just try and make it that way so that it's easy for the reader as well instead of mentioning the same person like multiple times. Okay, the grill. That's tomorrow, my guy. The best grill shop in Lagos. If you want somebody to make your party sweet, to give your party the best of item 7, that's the guys to call. If you follow them on Instagram, you would understand. The grill is a Nigerian startup that deals with item 7 business. They give you, if you want to surprise somebody on their birthday and you want to send them a gift, that's the best way to do it. They say the way a man's heart is his stomach, but I don't understand that analogy because you get to the heart before the stomach. So I don't understand why they say the way to a man's heart is the stomach. But whoever made that one, I think the person was not really highly educated, but you see the way to a man's heart is the mouth. I think that would make a whole lot of sense. But anyway, whatever, if you want something that will gladden and fill your heart, your stomach and satisfy your taste, the grill is the people to go with. There are one people who have been very, very supportive of our business too. So if we support them, it shouldn't come as a surprise. And somebody sent me a message that last week that say I'm promoting the grill. Why am I not promoting this business? And I said I've not seen anything that you've done for my business. So why should I reciprocate? Because what I'm doing for the grill is the kind of support that they've given to us. We're just returning the favor. So don't get jealous. Don't get excited. That it's something that I do for everybody. I do it for people who deserve it. Okay, the grill said, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Let's run the show again. Is this the new way City want to play by conceding first before coming back to kill their opponent? Well, if it's the way, like I said in my video, Pep Guardiola likes to give you hope, play with you, treat you like he's friendly with you. Meanwhile, he will still eventually kill you like a serpent, like a python. Okay, so it's the deception tactics. It works as long as they're winning. Maybe good difference will tell eventually, but with Liverpool now scoring 9 goals, I think that will change. Esteban Mendel, he say it's game over for the B Eagles. Okay, sexy still. That's the sexy still that I think. Okay, underscore Jack, I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same anyway. Saviki said Angola are good in basketball. They always have edge over Niger. Right. Thank you very much for that one. Oye Fashion, who are you guys? Nasarawa Amazon, another team that I love on the local scene, just the way I love FC Robo. And to add, FC Robo also won their Lagos State FA Cup finals 4-0 against Danas FC. So kudos to Danas for having their men and women team in the finals. They lost in the women's own to FC Robo. FC Robo has won 12 Lagos State FA Cup finals in the last 13 years. The only team that truncated them was COD. COD is no longer there. Then it was Shola Ekpeku that was in charge of COD. Now he's the chairman Lagos State Sports Commission. And we're together yesterday with his little son. It was nice. 69 Lima, say good morning, sir. I wonder why you guys don't come to stadium to watch. Onikon Stadium also, Mobolaji Johnson Arena was beautiful yesterday. I expected the stadium to be full, and it was nice. It was fun. There was plenty of food, plenty of drink, plenty of everything, and it was exciting. The football was beautiful. Like, it's better than anything that I've seen out of TV in recent years, and the atmosphere was also good. It wasn't like, it was a place where you get, if a game is going on at the Mobolaji, formerly known as Onikon Stadium, Mobolaji Johnson Arena, I think it's a place for football fans to go, hang out, take some beautiful pictures, put on social media, do that. That's what the leagues you like abroad do. The people there, that's what they do. So if it is available here, take advantage of it. But hey, Nigerians are Nigerians. We want the very best, but we're not ready to work for it. Let me go to WhatsApp and see Henry Johnson. Say good morning, boss. Good morning. Let's run the show again. Is this the new way? Okay, the same thing has been said on Instagram. Divine Tokoya, he said for FC Barcelona have successfully molested Frankie de Jong into agreeing to their terms. All is well, Sha. What's the molesting in that now? And it's looking like Osimhen is trying to turn me from blue to red devil. I'm still binding and casting for now. I really can't wait for the transfer window to be over. So we will be sure of what we have of the season. If we can make the Rafael Leo deal happen alongside the Fofana deal, I think I will count it a good window. So listen, when you're writing, for the avoidance of that and for the people that are listening and who don't know who the we is, please kindly remove we and put Chelsea there. because as much as it is about you, there are a lot of other people. This conversation is not a one-person conversation. This is you and a lot of people. So a lot of people in the US don't know who we is, and a lot of people don't know who we is. So please, when you make this type of comment, because it's on the radio station, if you're having a one-on-one conversation with me, I know you're a Chelsea fan, it's fine. But if you're having a conversation with the general public, kindly put the team you're talking about so everybody understand when you're talking about. 69 Lemar, he said the Chan Eagles are out. Well, anything is possible. 3 goals is not impossible to score. So let's wait for this return leg, but I'm not hopeful. Right? Oyoba, what's it called? Divine okay, thank you very much. And I don't know if you and Henry Johnson have collided. I've met each other yet, but I hope you guys are. Good morning, I say, what's wrong with the app this morning? There is some interrupting. I don't know, refresh it. Turn it off, I'm turning it back on. I think the app is good. Probably it's internet, network, a little bit of network that happens. That's why it's an online radio, but I think everything is fine. All right, let's get to my family people on YouTube. Here's a Patrick, he said, good morning to you. Hey, my brother Nana Ado, he said, good morning. How are you? Were you at Cape Coast yesterday to watch the game? The Super Eagles get beaten by your Ghana Galaxies. Please let me know if you were there. If you were not there, also let me know what the reaction of the Ghana people, my Ghana brothers and sisters. Charlie, tell me what the reaction is. Kane Michael is a good morning. What do you think about Ogayanazi, who signed for a Serie D club? Is Serie D club better than an Enyimba? Yes, it is better than an Enyimba because Enyimba will take you and make a fool of you. They will not keep their promises to you. They will treat you. They'll put you in a place where your mental health would be disturbed because you're used to seeing professional arrangement from training to matches to organization. When you come to Enyimba, your mental state, your mental health will be threatened. So if you ask me, the answer is yes. The training facilities are better than Enyimba's own. Match day organizations and everything is better than Enyimba's own. Once again, the answer is yes. It's not about going to Enyimba. It's about knowing that when you sign for a club, people will keep to the terms and not treat you like shit. That's the most important thing. Oz, good morning. How is Milan today? How you guys doing there? Okay. And then obviously I say good morning to you as well. Ezra Patrick, he said, I'm not surprised when Nigeria teams lose these days. There is a lot going on in this country. Christian and Amazing, he said, hi boss, good morning to you. Nice to watch your show again. Could not join last week because I was working on the money shift. What do you think will be Haaland tally at the end of the season? It is just a goal poacher. Don't use the word just now. Just does make try to give our opinion. I say, are you not a common? So I don't think the word just is a good goal poacher. I'm looking at the region of 20 to 25 being his first season, 20 to 25 goals. If he manages to stay fit. Like I told everybody before, he would not need the burst of pace. So he's trying to adjust his game now to be a boss man, to go from a Ronaldo da Lima to a Ruud van Nistelrooy. So he's trying to adjust his game where he needs to attack the ball first pole, last pole, and stay in the middle. Adjust himself to this new normal. The thing about Man City and Pep Guardiola is they do the things they do and they're so smooth, silk, and easy to the eyes. You think it is easy to do, but it is until you find yourself in that position that you know it's hard. I used to train a team that play exactly like this, and I noticed that when I take players from other team to join my team, it takes them forever to adapt to understanding positional discipline, understanding the triangular communication of players and all that. So it's not as easy as a lot of people think, but hey, it is what it is. You are going to, if you're being paid the kind of money that they're paying you, you learn how to adjust. But I think with time we will see. But I'm putting my bar on 20 goals minimum and 25 like max. If he hits 25, I think he's hit a very good number. If he does 20 goals, I think it's okay, but could be better. But if he does 25 in his first season, salute. That's good. Then he cannot build from there and go on. Okay. Coming from Antony Rebeleko, I think he was the first person to join in on the show today. Even before we go live, it was already there. Thank you very much. Antony Rebeleko said, I had a very busy weekend, missed all the exciting football matches. Also, the long-anticipated Lagos State FA Cup final. The Diana's captain is my friend. Okay, they played well. If he's your friend, call him and tell him I said they played well. They were very, very tactically aware. They were like Italy in that game. So they set up in such a way that they could soak up all the pressure of the opposition, who were also very, very good. This is not a case of, Diana's outplayed their opposition. No, Otasola was very, very good. The scoreline does not tell the story of the game. But what was beautiful was the fact that both teams, Otasola was a favorite in this game. They had bigger players, stronger players, players that have played in the MPFL, played in higher competition, and you would say to yourself, some of them have even gone abroad and come back. You would say to yourself, this is a run-of-the-mill kind of game. But then Ghana set themselves up in such a way that their defensive shape was so well structured, and then this guy who was just in number 20, who was the go between defense and midfield. It was just there in front of the center back to create a screen, and then there was not so much gap between the defense line and the goalkeeper and the defense and the midfield. Their shape was very, very good, such a way that there was no room for Otasola to play out through and get that space to score. And then also they were not rough, so it was almost impossible for them to commit fouls that would put them in difficult position. It was a beautiful game for anybody who loves to watch beautiful football. I enjoyed every minute of the match that I saw. Coming from show this morning, thank you very much for being on the show. I love you. Dangerous say good morning up Gunners. I feel Arsenal still needs like 2 signings to be complete. I agree with you, but don't forget that there are some players that have been signed that have also not played. Fabio Vieira have not played, Marquinhos have not played, but I agree with you that Arsenal still need two players. I think they need a striker or a player that can play out wide in the right hand side to give Saka a run for his money, and also play across the attack. That's one. And I also think that I'm not really crazy about having another midfielder as people think. I think that we need a center forward to back up. Eddie Nketiah is not a backup. Eddie Nketiah is not, I know my Ghana brothers and sisters will not be happy with me, but Eddie Nketiah would not play in my third 11 or fourth 11 if I was coaching Arsenal. So he's just not there. He's not a player. He doesn't understand what it means to be a professional footballer, hungry for success. He's satisfied. That African thing that comes with, signing a contract and any salary is on his head. I don't think that's what Arsenal need right now. But hey, if Arsenal doesn't get anyone, then they'll make do with what they have. I just pray that doesn't not make them fall short at the end of the day where it matters most. Because if Gabriel Jesus gets injured right now, this thing will be out of Arsenal still, and I don't want that to happen. I mean, I'm not praying for him to get injured, but injury is part of the game of football. Okay, so it can happen in training, it can happen in match situation. He can go to the national team and come back out injured and go out for 6 weeks, and in 6 weeks you're banking on Eddie Nketiah to score goals for you. Jehovah, I know that I love those, but Gabriel Jesus is not scoring every day. The thing is, Gabriel Jesus is making the runs that makes life almost impossible for the opposition. He's making those moves, those intricate movements, putting the opposition defense, in places where they cannot really hold themselves together and stay settled to defend against the other guards of this world, the Sakas of this world, the Martinellis of this world. But if you put in Eddie Nketiah there, that burden is lifted. They settled. They're looking at the opposition and say, it's Eddie Nketiah that have this one. This one is going to be bang on luck, not on ability. So that's what I worry for Arsenal. It's just like looking at Chelsea today. If you look at Chelsea, they have a good squad, but they don't have a striker. So they are playing for luck. The goals that are coming are lucky goals, not like, okay, this is a team goal. This is a goal that you can predict will come in. And it's also making, Raheem Sterling look like an upcoming player again. It's not looking like the superstar that is signed. So until Chelsea gets a center focus striker that he can play with, it's always going to be, sometimes they'll be lucky to win, sometimes they'll struggle to win, or sometimes they will lose games or draw games that you think that's supposed to win. Chooks, I think I read from some source that Onazi took the Sirani offer because he has just a year left for him to get an Italian passport. Whatever it is, I am happy he did take it. Onazi have played football to the point where I don't have to judge his decision. Onazi is not coming back to play for the national team. Onazi does not have any point to prove to anybody. Onazi have satisfied all of the requirements a professional footballer needs to satisfy. And if that is the case, it is fine. Let's not make a mountain out of a molehill or create a storm in a teacup. It is Onazi. Onazi's career. Onazi has been to the World Cup. Onazi has won the African Cup of Nations. Onazi has done everything, youth level, done everything in football. He's gone from the A to the Z of football. He doesn't need to be a Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He doesn't have any point to prove to anybody. He's had his best times. Let's leave him that way. And if that's how he gets his Italian passport, that's his business. At this stage, this is not a guy we need to be burning sweat and energy on, okay? And as Aviki replied, Chooks, I think we say, even if it was motivated by the need to get Italian passport is still future plan for him, considering his age and retirement plan. Right. So it's not hard feelings, there's no big deal about Onazi's decision. I think I support Onazi on any front right now because he's done his best as a football player. So I don't know where we're heading to. Divine Tokyo said Haaland 6 goals already, and the guy never start work. Waiting to happen if he can't enter in zone. I think he said money boss just listening. Thank you very much. Odin Ramilek said City versus Palace. These are one of those games Pep needs that clinical point striker in Haaland. In previous meeting, Palace might just run away with the win. You see the way Guardiola they hug him. Yes, because he knows Palace are Manchester City's boogie team. They go to Palace, they go to Etihad and win. So for them to have scored 2 goals, I've lost hope. But my brother keeps saying that. I want to say win. I lost hope because I bet on that game as well. And once it was 2-0, I was like, okay, I've lost this money again. But then they roll back, and then this is one of those games that the scoreline doesn't tell the story as well. But I like the fact that Patrick Vieira is seriously auditioning for 2 jobs, the City job and the Arsenal job. When the opportunity arises, nobody's going to question him if he can use his players to do what he's doing. But I do hope that he does exactly the same against the smaller team, because that's where it's going to come. What Patrick Vieira needs now is to take Crystal Palace to the continent. It doesn't matter whether it is Conference League or the Europa. He obviously can't make the Champions League. He doesn't have a squad, a team that big with that much quality, a team that their biggest player is, Zaha, and then the very cheesy, you know that they are not there. But if you can take them to the Conference League, even if they go and just make it to the group stage, that's fine for Vieira's CV. And I know he's auditioning for those big jobs to coach some of the big teams in European football, but he would need to work really hard, like Rihanna sang, work. He needs to do that very, very much. Okay. Olatunji Emmanuel, he said, good morning, boss. What you said about Man United is true. Watching them on Saturday, they didn't press as much as they struggled with the ball. They have a long way to go. Yeah. We would see about that. Well, let me give you some amazing facts about football. Yes, some amazing fact that you never thought happened in the game of football. You would hear them on the show this morning. It's not an easy compilation. Some of them would surprise you. Some of them you'll like, oh, I know this one before. That's nothing amazing about it. But let those people who don't know it just enjoy it, as I always say. But then if there's any other thing that you want us to talk about, don't forget to put it out in the comment section, put it on the WhatsApp or Instagram or the YouTube comment section. We're going to take it. But I'm going to give you some crazy, amazing fact about football. Germany lost the World Cup finals in football. Germany have lost the most World Cup finals in football history. They've lost it 4 times. So when you think of Germany as World Cup winners, also remember that they've lost this finals 4 times. Talking about losing finals as well. Juventus have lost the most UEFA Champions League finals in history. Guess how many? 777 is the number. 7 times they have been to the finals and lost. Only once they've won it. So Juventus are the unlucky 7. I hope that the next time they get to the finals, they would win it. Because if they've won every finals they've gone to, they would have won 8 UEFA Champions League finals. But unfortunately, they get to the finals and always get frozen. They've lost to every kind of team. Okay? And we just hope that changes. Cristiano Ronaldo is the only player in football history to win the Ballon d'Or without winning a single title. And that happened in 2013. How that happened, I still can't explain, but it happened. It's something that happened in football. George Campbell know him as a goalkeeper, but some other people know him as a tormentor. He's a goalkeeper who sometimes plays as a striker. He scored 46 goals in open play for club and country. So you wonder how a goalkeeper have that much number of goals. Martin Palermo missed 3 penalties in a single match. His team later lost the game 3-0 at full time. That happened in 1999. One of my favorite players to ever play the game of football. Okay, his name is Sinisa Mihailovic. You would know this guy for long-range shots and accuracy of his free kick. Okay, scored 3 free kicks in a single match for Lazio in 1999. That doesn't happen too often. But Sinisa Mihalovic make a very difficult job look so simple and easy. All right, let's move on. Gerardo Bedoya. I'm sure you will know this guy from the World Cup. Okay. Gerardo Bedoya received, every time people talk about red card, the first name that comes to mind is Sergio Ramos. That's the problem when you're popular and you play for a big club. And they think that he's the poster boy of red card in football. But no, he is not. Because all the red cards that Sergio Ramos have received for club and country sum up to 27. But Gerardo Bedoya received 46 red cards in his career. Yes, 46. I said it. 46. Aha. Right? Mark Hughes have a very, very distinct record that no other player have in world football. Remember Mark Hughes, he played for Manchester United, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona and FC Bayern. Now, this is a record that he holds. He played in 2 different matches, in 2 different competitions for club and country in the same day. After playing for Wales in the Euro qualifiers, he flew to Germany to play for Bayern in the DFB Pokal in 1987. Talk about commitment, dedication, and love for the game. How? Wow, that's crazy. Sebastian Adriu holds the record for playing for 32 different clubs. Are you kidding me? 32 different clubs. Ibrahimovic, the Zlatan. I am Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored a bicycle kick from over 30 yards against England and Joe Hart. That is the longest distance of a bicycle kick ever scored in the world of football. What a guy that is. But then, they talk about distance. John Samuelson scored a header from 60 yards. That's the longest distance any headed goal has been scored. But I'm not done with Zlatan Ibrahimovic yet. You can call Zlatan Ibrahimovic the king of the debut, okay? King of the debut because Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored in his UEFA Champions League debut, in his Eredivisie debut for Dutch side Ajax, La Liga debut, Serie A debut, Ligue 1 debut for Paris Saint-Germain, EPL debut for Manchester United, MLS debut for Gallagher, Galaxy, and his competitive debut for the Swedish national team. Are you kidding me? You should crown this guy the king of the debut. Insane, ridiculously insane. But he is Zlatan. What Zlatan cannot do does not exist in football. That's just the thing. Yeah, I mean, if you think you know Zlatan, you just don't know him that well because what Zlatan cannot do does not really exist. Zlatan is the man who makes impossible possible. Oh, many possibility possible. Oh, many possibility. Igbo people now, from Songsha, agree to that. That's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And when you think that is done, in the year 2000, a referee blew the starting whistle for the kickoff of a game. A player by the name Lee Todd exclaimed, "Fuck me!" And it was so loud, and boom, the referee didn't appreciate it at all. He brought out his red card. Instantly, the player was red carded. I don't know if the referee was right to give him a red card, but hey, it happened. And I'm just telling you some of the incentives that happened. This is the day where you get that. Okay? So that happened in football. In 2013, yeah, not too far ago, but it's almost 10 years now, Sergi Genoa was brought in as a substitute. Since we're talking about red card, he played 3 seconds, made a foul, and received a red card immediately. And that was the end of his career with the club. The club never played him again till his contract expired and he was let go. And that's also how his football career ended. Don't forget that the player played for 90 minutes in the South African League and his leg did not touch the ball once. How ridiculous can that be? You are an outfield player. You're not a goalkeeper. For 90 minutes, you play right fullback. Your leg did not touch the ball once. You must be having quarrel with your goalkeeper, with your teammates, a lot of things, and you can't even defend against your position. Your leg didn't touch the ball once. Is it like there's no throw on your side? There is no corner kick. There's nothing. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. Jesus Christ. In 2016, a goalkeeper named Ali Reza Berenyard broke the record for the longest throw in a competitive match as he threw the ball from his goal area for 61 meters. talk about some throwing, child. This is more than Rory Delap. Okay. Let me tell you one of the things that happened in football that was crazy. In case you don't know, penalty shootout was not part of football from the beginning. It was in 1970 that penalty kicks was introduced. And then the offside rules have been in football since 1863. But then in 1946, a cup match between Stockport and Doncaster Rovers lasted for 3 hours and 26 minutes. And a winner was still not decided on the field of play. They have to toss a coin. Yes. After playing 2-2 at full time, extra time was added, and another extra time was added. I mean, there was no penalty shootout at the time, so it was hard to even call up a penalty. They keep adding extra time, and it lasted for too long. They had to call the game off after 3 hours and 26 minutes and say, okay, since you people don't want to win, let's toss the coin. So when somebody tells you that Nigeria lost a match due to the toss of coin, remember that Nigeria was not the first. Maybe at international level, Nigeria was the first, but not really the first in the history of the game. That is what I brought to you from my box of football history and record, the signs of the game. Let me go back to comment section. Some people have been laughing, some people have been shouting, wow. Some people have been wondering what happened, but let me take it down to the comment section and see what you guys have been saying. Once again, so Vicky says, what do you make of PSG versus Monaco and PSG's chance of pulling the trigger at the UCL? I don't know the Champions League anyway. I think that there are teams that they will play to their hand. First of all, PSG have 3 players who don't track back. In the Champions League, that can be the difference between winning and losing. PSG don't have Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. There is nothing in this world that will make them track back for you and go and retrieve the ball. PSG is not always going to play against opposition that they can easily run over, intimidate, bully, and beat. They are going to play against teams that, 1, better than them, 2, can run more than them, 3, can keep the ball way better than them. So when that comes, I don't know how they are going to do it. Yeah, they are going to have a breakaway chance where they will run at the position and score. Yeah, they are going to have these players raise their game. But don't forget that Neymar and Messi are no longer scoring free kick like they used to score. So that added advantage is off. And if they decide they decide to play raving mad football where somebody's running and because he doesn't get the pass, nobody passes the ball to him and he stands. Those are the things that will work against them. So I don't think that they would. But I think it's going to be an easy ride for them in the French Ligue 1, even though this weekend they boss people's ticket by drawing 1-1, just the same way Bayern Munich draw 1-1 with their opposition, Borussia Mönchengladbach, if I'm not mistaken, and Monaco against Paris Saint-Germain. But I think that they would make an easy meet of the French League and probably won the Coupe de France. But to win the Champions League is going to be hard, and that's where Mbappe will not try to force a move out of Paris Saint-Germain by the end of the season, and we'll see where that goes because it's going to be a pull-out of 3 players at the end of this season or probably next season. Neymar would need to move. They will not renew his contract. Messi, at the end of his contract, will need to move to decide to go back to Barcelona to get his swan song or probably go to the MLS and go and be strolling in the MLS, counting down to the next World Cup after he may have won the World Cup with Argentina in Qatar. That is if they win it, or Neymar wins the World Cup. I know that if Brazil wins this next World Cup, Neymar will come with the attitude that you've never seen before. In short, he would pick matches to play in and matches not to play in. So all this humble Messi and Neymar that you're seeing this season is because the World Cup is a few months away. Once that World Cup is done, win it, this is going to be his last World Cup for Brazil. Win it, and he becomes a different guy. The only player in Brazil to have led Brazil to an Olympic win and a World Cup win, if they win it, and also a Copa America win. But if they don't win it, the Brazilian public will turn against him and say, we're done. We are done. We've given you this poster boy slot just the way we gave it to Pele. Pele played in 4 World Cup and gave us 3. You have not been able to give us anyone. You played in the era where Brazil was given the biggest disgrace, embarrassment, 7-1 against Germany. So that will be the end of the road for him. But let's watch and see. There are beautiful days ahead in football. Let's just enjoy the show, enjoy the drama, and love everything on it. But I think that there are teams that you look at and you say, okay, this team, watch out for them. Watch out for Barcelona. Everybody looking at Barcelona like, oh, they are not said. Watch out for Barcelona. Xavi is a Catalonia. Catalonians are like worried people. They never sit down, they never give up. They're like Niger Delta militants. That guy is a brute. The way he's gone about kicking out players, putting his team together, tells you there is something brewing in that camp, and it is something that have vengeance, that have statements in it. Be careful with that team. Referees would be a little bit nice to Real Madrid. I'm seeing that already. But I mean, the La Liga is Real Madrid started to lose, but don't count Barcelona out, just as well as the Champions League. Man City, for me, I'm going to say like their first 3 games in the Champions League, I know that the league they can manage themselves and go on to win it, because the Premier League teams, they are not teams in Premier League is a very weak league. It's just overhyped by the media. They are not teams that are really tactical. You know, you 2 up against Man City and you lose 4-0. That's crappy. But hey, it's football. Let's take it away. We'll see. But as we go, you just got to remember that somewhere in all of this, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich are the possible candidate for the UEFA Champions League. Aside of that, any other thing can happen. Well, Dejiro said me, I love it. I remember on PS1 those days. Yes, my brother will be nodding his head now because he's part of the people. Me, I love it used to be everybody's cheats, because you just play to get a free kick. Anyhow you press the ball, if you even press it by mistake slow, he will still score. There's just that thing about him that he knows how to do. And everybody have their cheats anyway, cheat players. There are certain players you have in your team. Like I remember when I used to use AC Milan, Jesus Christ. I don't care who you are, I will win you. I don't care how good you are, I would win you. Tunde Daniel says, unbelievable. Tunde Daniel says 3 hours 26 minutes. Yes. Saviki says, crazy things happened in football, Sha. Yes, you have to dig deep, research, and find this crazy fact. Boss, what will you say about Chelsea performance playing with 10 men and scoring 2 goals? It was a good performance. It was resilient at its best, defending solidly and going well. But I think that also shows that Chelsea needs a striker, because if Chelsea had a center forward, you wouldn't even have noticed that they were one man there. Kai Havertz worked. He had very good work rate, but I don't need my center forward to have work rate. I need my center forward to be scoring goals. If you're scoring goals, I'm fine. Forget about the work rate, okay? Work rate is good, but when there's no end product, what do you say? Did you just say EPL is weak? Yes, I said EPL is weak. What you love about the EPL is not the game. Let's be very honest. What you love about the EPL is the commentaries. EPL is the only league where you know the name of the commentators. The name of the commentators are more popular than some of the star players of some teams. EPL is the only league where that happens. EPL is the only league where you know all the journalists that are reporting it. Apart from that, name 5. If I tell you to name 5 commentators from the Italian Serie A, you don't know them. Name 5 commentators from the Spanish La Liga or German Bundesliga, you don't know them. So, one, it is also the league in your face. Don't forget that if you go to Cameroon today, people don't watch the EPL. They watch the French Ligue 1. They will tell you more about the French Ligue 1 than the EPL. That's the same way if you go to Brazil. They watch the Portuguese League and the Spanish La Liga more than the English League. So it's the region where you are in. But if you put in all things being equal, put every league together, you will realize that the English League is not as good as you think. It's a weak league. I'm going to say it again. The league that have the highest match fixing is the English League. The league that is determined by forces outside of the game is the English League. But I don't need you to agree with me. You are a fan. A fan is like somebody who's in love. When you're in love, there is no advice that makes sense. A woman or a man in love, or a person under the spell of pastors. You know when somebody say, my pastor say, every 2 minutes, they can't say a thing without my pastor. Those kind of people, you can't advise, you can't give them any opinion about their pastor. They will stab you to death. They are fanatics. So when you follow the English League as a fan, you are a fanatic. There is nothing anybody would do to convince you otherwise. But when you talk about a league that is tactical, a league that is, when you watch the game of the English Premier League and you can take out coaching, I don't respect a league where for 30 years there is no coach in England that have been able to win it. You can't do that with any other country's league. There is no English coach that have won the league in 30 years. Come on. Every time an English coach takes a team, they are fighting relegation. What kind of league is that? I think it's not good, I beg. Let's talk about better league. Where did I stop? On YouTube. Olatunji Emmanuel said, good morning, boss. What you said? Okay, I've read that. As a Patrick said, Nigeria, they make some of us hearts, they bleed. Sorry, no verse. Timothy Daiboy say, person miss first pick, miss second one, see get mine, carry ball for third one. Very colorless behavior. This guy just borrowed my word now. Corona Timothy said, good morning, but what do you think about Antony of Ajax? If he joins Man U, do you think they would make top 4? I think that, funny enough, is I've been saying it, and I think that Manchester United will make top 4 at the end of the season. And everybody look at me like I'm sick or I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I think that Man United will make top 4 eventually, because some of the bad eggs are going to be either displaced completely, like Harry Maguire. I wanted to call him marijuana now. Harry Maguire and Cristiano Ronaldo. I still think that Cristiano Ronaldo will leave at the very, very depth. Like by Wednesday, Cristiano Ronaldo will be out, and possibly Osimhen will come in. Although I would have loved to see Osimhen at Chelsea. I would have loved to see Osimhen playing in the Champions League. But I think that would happen. And what it means is you have Elanga, Sancho, Rashford, Martial, and probably Osimhen, and then Antony. And that's force going forward when Casemiro screening Varane and whoever is pairing with Martinez, because it's not going to be Maguire. And then you have Tyler Malacia, who I think will walk straight into a lot of the starting level of the teams in the Premier League. You look at that team, that's not really a team you can beat your chest and say they're not good enough. Then you have Bruno Fernandes, you have Eriksen, and then you have Casemiro in that triangular play in the midfield that have creativity and defensive stealth. Unless there is like crazy injuries, I would raise my hand up and say this is a good enough team to make it to the top 4. But hey, let's see how it goes. Okay, Precious Emenike says on Instagram, I don't know what he was saying there, but Shala FC says greetings to you as well. He said, boss, you say James is a world-class player. Did I say James is a world-class player? Did I mention that just now? Now, wow, I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying is different. What people are hearing is different. It's a communication gap. You know me, I'm very economical with the word world-class. I don't know you. What makes James a world-class player when he's not Cafu, when it's not Roberto Carlos, when it's not Dani Alves, when it's not Marcelo? What makes him a world-class player? World-class player, you know, my expectation for players is way higher than what any other person have. So why would I wake up and call? Reece James is good. He's a good player. Can whip in the crosses. Sometimes he just overdoes things. That's my problem with him. But world-class? No. Guy, be taking it easy to give people world-class. Like, it's not that easy to give. It's like giving somebody first-class degree in the university. It's not as easy as you guys think. Come on. Although Yeremy say, I go like watch the match where that guy leg no touch ball. Guys, I mean, you are savage. You just want to watch somebody's bad moment. Okay, just go online. Ajibala joined, but it's time for me to pack my bags and baggages and leave. But before I go, let me go to the WhatsApp page. I see this one coming from Show for me from Opik. He said, good morning, bro. I want to talk about the show of shame in Ivory Coast, our basketball team. I think the sports ministry is the cause of this problem. For the first time in a long while, I saw a terrible Nigerian basketball team, and I blame the sports minister for this. Well, you're not saying something that is new. We all know that already. Some people just want to pretend like the sports minister is a god. Well, I'm not one of those who fall for that trick. You know, when you depend on, this is what I always say, when you depend on ministers or FA presidents to sort out visa and flight ticket for you to travel to go competition like the Commonwealth Games or to other competition, it is always very, very difficult for you to criticize them. For me, I will not travel if I don't have money. I will stay at home and watch. I don't know I can't lose my freedom to be able to speak objectively on sporting matter. This is my area of influence. This is my sphere. I can't just leave this area and try to be somebody's nice guy, to be somebody's good books so that they will give me access to accreditation. No, I better not go. If I can't raise the money, I will stay for hours. I watch out for TV. I can still give good analysis. After all, the Premier League, then they go watch out. We'll see they give good analysis and opinion. So I don't care. I mean, people are trying to be good book of people. I don't know how to be a good book of people. That's just me, Sha. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on the show today. For those of you who struggle with the app or online because of the network intermittent break, sorry about that one. We're really, really sorry. But those of you on Instagram, YouTube, I'm sure you enjoyed yourself today. Let's do this again tomorrow, but you can only listen on the app or online because tomorrow is Tuesday, and you know how it is. Myself, Emmanuel Sebastian, and most likely Timothy Daima will be here with his soft voice if he can make it. But if he can't, it's going to be myself and Emmanuel Sebastian. I've had a good time on the show today. Seems like time was just moving faster than normal. Probably it's the new format of the show that made it look like it's a 30 minutes spent in a 1 hour show. But it's been very, very nice. It's good. I hope that your club sign the players that you expecting them to sign, and I hope that the players that come to your team do well. But to the Arsenal faithfuls, enjoy the moment. Don't let anybody deceive you. Enjoy it. If Arsenal had lost their first 4 games now, they would attack you to the hell and high waters. So if you are winning, enjoy it. Don't let anybody come and preach wrong gospel to you that it's Arsenal, that's how they used to be. This is not Arsenal used to behave. I can't remember the last time Arsenal win its first 4 games. So this is not how Arsenal used to behave. Enjoy it, feel the fun, and shout if you want to shout. Make noise if you want to make noise. When you start losing, no problem. But remember that you've already enjoyed the moment that you have. That said, we didn't forget that Liverpool were in Clan 9. But how did Liverpool score 9 goals and Mo Salah did score 1? How does that triple captain Mo Salah in the FPL will be looking at themselves like, just wish I triple captain Roberto Firmino. But hey, church is life, as my job brothers will say. This is where I do the cutting on the show. My name is Idafe Mathieu Silvanet. Like I always say, I'm in the people causing problem. Be part of the solution. If you can't be, just encourage those who you know are part of the solution. And as you come down to election, don't vote because of today's food. Vote because of tomorrow's growth. Okay? Think about that one very well. Make a decision. And I'm going to tell you guys for free. Next election is not going to solve Nigerian problem. But let's vote to put somebody on the path to save us from this mess that we are in before we implode into a country of vermins and people who are eating themselves and killing themselves. Have a wonderful day and be the very best of who God created you to be. My name is Idafe Mathieu. You love to call me the Lagos Sports. I've had a good time. I don't know about you. If you've not had a good time, I'm not sure I'm responsible for that. It's just something on your side. But then, if you've not, come again tomorrow. We'll make your time worth the while. Bye-bye. While we leave, I'm going to leave you with, if you're listening online, with Michael Jackson. Today is Michael Jackson's birthday. So it's going to be Michael Jackson all through. All of the great man's work. It's going to be on the radio blasting today. Bye-bye and have yourself a wonderful day.